Innumerable legends with decades-long careers who have had a lasting impression on music, movies, and television have been bestowed to us by the entertainment business. Some of the oldest idols are still alive and well in 2025, inspiring admirers all across the globe, even if many of our favorite celebrities have passed away. While playing with some of the biggest names in history and creating their lasting legacies, these living superstars have seen Hollywood change. From Golden Age movie stars to television pioneers and music giants, their existence is evidence of skill, tenacity, and durability. This video honors the most enduring celebrities of 2025 while considering their remarkable careers and contributions to entertainment history. Terry Moore, 96 years old. Terry Moore continues to enthrall audiences with her extraordinary legacy, joining the Golden Age performers who live today. Born in 1929, Moore had a successful Hollywood career and was well known for her skill and adaptability. Her most memorable performance as Marie in the 1952 movie Come Back, Little Sheba is still her finest moment. She was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for her performance. Her early success solidified her reputation as a rising star, and she went on to play additional well-known parts in Man on a Tightrope and Beneath the 12-Mile Reef. She secured her place in cinematic history by collaborating with some of Hollywood's most recognizable personalities during the 1950s and beyond. Moore defies expectations by continuing to work in the field at 96. She continues to work as an actor in her 90s, demonstrating that love for the art form has no age boundaries. She reportedly has parts in forthcoming movies, including Silent Life and American Superman, proving her continued commitment to the big screen. She will also be featured in the upcoming documentary Enforcer: The Asset, further cementing her enduring influence in the entertainment industry. Dick Van Dyke, 99 years old. Unbelievably, in the late 1940s, renowned actor Dick Van Dyke started his career as a radio DJ. Yes, exactly. But he soon found it wasn't enough just to be himself in front of a microphone. Desiring a more vibrant and expressive profession, he moved to Broadway, where television producers first noticed his indisputable charisma and comic timing. This crucial action paved the way for his quick ascent to fame. With The Dick Van Dyke Show, a cherished comedy that is now regarded as one of television's finest masterpieces, he rose to fame by the early 1960s. Van Dyke proved his flexibility as an actor, singer, and dancer by moving smoothly from television to movies after his popularity. His upbeat performances and distinctive charm captivated audiences while starring in iconic musicals like Mary Poppins and Bye Bye Birdie. Van Dyke continued to be involved in Hollywood as the decades went by, sometimes accepting parts that caught his attention. However, he only works when he wants to and prefers a more laid-back lifestyle. At 99, he enjoys his incredible $35 million wealth and spends much time with his wife, Arlene Silver. Not bad for a legend of Hollywood. David Attenborough, 98 years old. David Attenborough is a skilled broadcaster and historian. His wildlife films for the BBC Natural History Unit are likely what most of you are familiar with. He was the director of programming for BBC Television and the senior management of the BBC when he was younger. He is proud to have won BAFTAs for HD, 4K, 3D, color, and black and white programming. Attenborough earns much money as a narrator and has previously won the Primetime Emmy Award twice for Outstanding Narrator. According to Guinness Global Records, he achieved the global record for the quickest individual to reach 1 million Instagram followers in 2020. Tippi Hedren, 95 years old. Actress Tippi Hedren was a Minnesota model long before she became Alfred Hitchcock's inspiration or gave birth to the renowned actress Melanie Griffith. But it quickly became apparent that Hedren was meant for more, and by the time she was 20, she had signed with the Eileen Ford Agency. Soon after, Hitchcock took note of her modeling career and offered her parts in some of his most well-known movies, such as Marnie and The Birds. After that, Hedren starred in over 100 films and television series, including Charlie Chaplin's last Hong Kong feature, Accountless. She accumulated a net worth of $20 million at this time. Hedren has returned to the big screen with films like The Ghost and The Whale, although she took a hiatus to raise Griffith and became an animal rights activist. Clint Eastwood, 94 years old. Years after he first appeared on screen, actor-turned-director Clint Eastwood is still one of Hollywood's most recognizable figures. Eastwood became well known as the tough, unyielding man with no name in Sergio Leone's The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly, solidifying his position as the archetypal Western anti-hero. His reputation as a movie star was further cemented when he played the tough investigator in Dirty Harry, another classic role. Few know that one of his greatest financial successes was the action comedy Any Which Way But Loose, which he co-starred with an orangutan called Clyde. Most people identify him with dark tragedies. The surprising box office performance demonstrated that Eastwood's popularity went far beyond the crime and Western genres. Over the years, Eastwood discovered his vocation behind the camera and directed several highly regarded movies. He won several Academy Awards for his efforts on $1 Million Baby and Unforgiven, demonstrating his extraordinary narrative skills. He is still pushing the frontiers of his creativity at 94. Presenting Geraldine Page, his most recent endeavor, is a documentary that may add yet another triumph to his illustrious career. Will it increase his already impressive net worth of $375 million? Time will tell. Burton Gilliam, 86 years old. Actor Burton Gilliam, who is 86 years old, undoubtedly has one of Hollywood's most interesting and unusual careers. He began his career as a competitive wrestler while serving in the United States before making his big-screen debut. He had remarkable success in the Coast Guard, winning 201 of 217 bouts. His perseverance and dedication in the ring equipped him to follow a fireman career path. Gilliam, however, loved acting while fighting fires, trying out little parts until landing his big break in the early 1970s. His career took off after landing consecutive parts in two big hits, Mel Brooks' iconic comedy Blazing Saddles, 1973, which cemented him as a distinctive character actor, and Paper Moon, 1972, where he displayed his natural on-screen presence. He then abandoned his career as a firefighter. He threw himself into Hollywood, appearing in hit TV series like Charlie's Angels and movies like Back to the Future Part 3. Gilliam is still as committed as ever today. Most recently, he starred in The Lucky Man. He has earned the right to retire anytime he wants thanks to his $3 million net worth, but his passion for performing keeps him going. Mel Brooks, 98 years old. Remarkably, since he began his career in entertainment in the 1950s, comedian, author, and director Mel Brooks has never taken a break. His early work as a writer for Sid Caesar's variety program, Your Program of Shows, which served as a testing ground for some of the best comedians of the day, demonstrated his keen wit and comic talent. But Brooks was meant for far more than behind-the-scenes writing. His breakthrough came when he co-created the popular spoof espionage series Get Smart, which was a huge smash and demonstrated his distinct ability to combine slapstick humor with sarcasm. Brooks had an even more significant effect less than 10 years later when he entered the film industry and directed timeless comedies like Young Frankenstein and Blazing Saddles, which are still considered classics today. He doesn't want to slow down, even as he gets closer to turning 99. His most incredible triumphs, such as Young Frankenstein and The Producers, have become Broadway blockbusters in recent years, which has allowed him to grow his empire. He recently appeared in an HBO documentary and provided the voiceover for the forthcoming animated movie Blazing Samurai, which is based on Blazing Saddles, demonstrating his continued ability to make people laugh. Richard Dreyfuss, 77 years old. Richard Dreyfuss is an actor you probably know and like if you enjoy 1970s and 1980s films. Dreyfuss was a defining figure of his period, appearing in some of the most well-known and significant movies of his age, such as Jaws, American Graffiti, Close Encounters of the Third Kind, and The Goodbye Girl, for which he won an Academy Award for Best Actor. He was one of Hollywood's most sought-after leading men because of his performances, distinguished by their depth, humor, and intellect. But in the 1990s, despite his enormous success, Dreyfuss decided to put his mental health first and withdraw from the limelight in Hollywood, putting his health ahead of his notoriety. Dreyfuss is still quite busy in other areas, even if he doesn't work as much as he used to. He established the Dreyfuss Civics Initiative, a charity to teach young people the values of civics and voting power. Aside from that, He has also ventured into new creative endeavors by co-writing 2 science fiction books with renowned author Harry Turtledove. Dreyfuss continues to create a lasting legacy on and off screen, thanks to his varied and influential career. Terry Kilburn, 98 years old. When Terry Kilburn and his family immigrated to the United States in the late 1930s, the London native left a lasting impression on Hollywood. He was determined to become an actor and soon became a child star, becoming well known for his iconic parts in classic movies, including A Christmas Carol, Mr. Chips, and Goodbye. Audiences liked him because of his young charm and skill, and he gained recognition for playing sincere, sympathetic characters. However, after a successful career in television and movies, Kilburn left the limelight in 1969 after appearing on an episode of the hit show Get Smart. He turned his attention to theater, serving as the creative director of Oakland University's Meadowbrook Theater, where he assisted in developing and coaching up-and-coming dramatic arts talent. Kilburn is still happy and tranquil in Minneapolis, Minnesota, at 98. His early contributions to the entertainment business are still evident in his theatrical and film legacy, even if he may not be as well known as he once was. Robbie Benson, 69 years old. A multifaceted American artist, Robbie Benson is well known for his acting and work as a singer, songwriter, teacher, and filmmaker. After acting in the sports play One-on-One and Ice Castles, he became a teen idol and gained notoriety in the late 1970s. These parts demonstrated his versatility and made him a well-known young Hollywood actor. His first acting job was in a Broadway show, marking his acting career's beginning. Despite his early recognition for his on-screen performances, Benson's voice acting became one of his most acclaimed accomplishments. He gained widespread recognition for his legendary voice acting as the Beast in Disney's 1991 animated masterpiece, Beauty and the Beast. Benson established himself as a filmmaker by helming many episodes of the popular comedy Friends over its first 3 seasons. In addition to his career in entertainment, Benson taught at esteemed universities, including South Carolina State University, Utah State University, and New York's University's Tisch School of the Arts, sharing his extensive knowledge and expertise. His diverse career and educational commitment have cemented his industrial legacy. Gene Hackman, 95 years old. Gene Hackman demonstrated that it's never too late to have a significant mark in Hollywood, even though many actors achieve stardom in their 20s. When Hackman had his breakthrough in the 1970s, he was in his 40s, proving that age did not hinder success in the cutthroat film business. Famous parts in The French Connection, 1971, and The Poseidon Adventure, 1972, which highlighted his unadulterated skill and adaptability, launched his career. Over time, Hackman's career continued to flourish. He had several standout performances, such as those in I Never Sang for My Father, 1970, and Mississippi Burning, 1988, cemented his reputation in movie history. After appearing in Welcome to Mooseport in 2004, Hackman retired from acting despite his continued success. He has mostly avoided the spotlight ever since, concentrating on other pursuits. However, he regained prominence in 2017 when he narrated the documentary We the Marines, displaying his powerful, deep voice and proving his continued relevance in the field. June Lockhart, 99 years old. In the 1950s and 1960s, June Lockhart rose to fame mainly due to her part in popular television programs that impacted viewers. Her legendary appearance as Dr. Maureen Robinson in the science fiction classic Lost in Space followed her first public recognition as Ruth Martin on Lassie. She became a well-known television personality as a result of these programs. As Lockhart joined the ensemble of Petticoat Junction in the 1960s, her fame grew even more, and she had a significant role in the adored family comedy. She has shown her flexibility by making notable appearances on the daytime soap series General Hospital. Lockhart was a successful television actress and a skilled theater performer. Her remarkable performance in the play For Love or Money garnered her a Tony Award and made her a Broadway celebrity. Despite not appearing in any current television series or motion pictures, Lockhart returned to the big screen in 2019 with a role in Bonji Bear and The Kingdom of Rhythm, demonstrating her continued relevance in the entertainment industry. Eva Marie Saint, 100 years old. In the 1950s, Eva Marie Saint, an actress, rose to prominence in Hollywood thanks to her impactful on-screen roles. Her work in iconic movies like North by Northwest, 1959, and On the Waterfront, 1954, where she co-starred with some of the greatest names in the business, initially brought her to the public's notice. She became a Hollywood icon after winning the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress for her role in On the Waterfront, a turning point in her career. Saint's longevity and influence on the entertainment business are shown by the fact that she is now the oldest surviving Academy Award recipient as of 2020. She has retired from the limelight, is 100 years old, and is no longer employed in Hollywood. Her most recent income, however, comes from her voice acting in the well-liked animated series The Legend of Korra. She has persisted in finding methods to support the business. After years from the screen, Saint made a significant comeback in 2019 with a part in Mariette in Ecstasy. Even in her advanced years, she is still regarded as a beloved character in movie history. Ali MacGraw, 85 years old. After receiving her first Golden Globe for her iconic performance in the 1969 movie Goodbye Columbus, actress Ali MacGraw rose to fame. After playing Jennifer Cavalieri in the classic romantic drama Love Story, 1970, she became one of the top cinema stars of the 1970s, and her career took off. MacGraw's reputation as a prominent leading woman of the time was solidified by the film's success, and she went on to get well-known parts in movies like The Getaway and The Day After Tomorrow. Although MacGraw's prominence persisted into the 1970s, she put her acting career on hold to pursue other interests after making a cameo in Glam in 1997. She became an animal welfare champion and spent much time doing yoga, contributing significantly to organizations close to her heart. MacGraw, who resides in Tesuque, New Mexico, is now 85 and enjoying her well-earned retirement. Even though she is no longer involved in Hollywood, her legacy will live on for years because of her enduring impact on cinema and her commitment to activism. Barbara Eden, 93 years old. Because of her memorable portrayal of the lovable but naughty Jeannie in the popular television series I Dream of Jeannie, Barbara Eden became one of the most recognizable actresses of the 1960s. One of the most distinctive aspects of Eden's legacy is her depiction of the enchanted, bottle-dwelling Jeannie in the 5 seasons of the program, which ran from 1965 to 1970 and became a cultural sensation. Jeannie's portrayal came to represent Eden, and she is still often linked to the position today. Eden has shown her abilities in other noteworthy undertakings outside of I Dream of Jeannie. Her versatility as an actor was further demonstrated by her roles in the drama The Secret Life of Kathy McCormick, the romantic comedy How to Marry a Millionaire, and the television film Harper Valley PTA. Even though she no longer works as regularly as she used to, Eden, now 93 years old, has a rewarding profession. Her most recent endeavor was a part in the 2019 movie My Adventures with Santa, and she still sometimes does acting. Eden's legendary reputation and long presence in Hollywood guarantee her continued popularity in the entertainment industry. Leslie Caron, 93 years old. Leslie Caron made her big screen debut in the classic movie An American in Paris in 1951. Her performance demonstrated her unquestionable brilliance and catapulted her to fame. She immediately became one of Hollywood's most sought-after actresses after captivating audiences with her elegant performance beside Gene Kelly. Caron's reputation as a significant actress of the 1950s and 1960s was cemented when she received critical praise for her performance in movies such as The L-Shaped Room and Lily, which led to her nominations for the Academy Award's Best Actress Award. Caron demonstrated flexibility throughout her career by performing well in musical and dramatic parts. She won an Emmy Award for exceptional performance during a memorable guest appearance on Law & Order Special Victims Unit in 2006. Caron's profession still thrives in her older years, adding to her wealth. Her skills are still in demand, as recent news shows show she would provide the voice for a forthcoming animated movie, A Christmas Carol. Leslie Caron is still a well-liked personality in the entertainment industry because of her decades-long career and history of iconic performances. Morgan Freeman, 87 years old. It's almost hard to confuse Morgan Freeman with another actor due to his distinctive voice, which is among the most recognizable in Hollywood. He first gained notoriety in the 1970s when he appeared on the educational children's show The Electric Company, where viewers were enthralled by his captivating personality and unique voice. However, Freeman's most tremendous success came when he switched to cinema, where he became one of the most admired performers of his time. Freeman's work in $1 Million Baby cemented his position as a prominent player in the business, earning him the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor in 2004. His roles in Driving Miss Daisy, 1989, and Invictus, 2009, which demonstrated his extraordinary range and depth as an actor, also praised him significantly. Freeman is still adding to his outstanding portfolio at the age of 83. Despite his illustrious career, he hasn't slowed down. 2 new movies, The Comeback Trail and The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard, will add to his extensive work. Freeman will continue to be beloved in Hollywood for many years because of his lasting skill and presence. Shirley MacLaine, 90 years old. In the middle of the 1950s, Shirley MacLaine's career took off as she became well known for her engaging roles in several movies. She soon gained a large following because of her distinct fusion of profundity and appeal. Her performances in Some Came Running, 1958, and The Turning Point, 1977, got her many nominations for awards. Nevertheless, she eventually won an Academy Award for Best Actress for her legendary performance as Aurora Greenway in Terms of Endearment, 1983. Although she went on to win 5 Golden Globe Awards over the years, her victory marked the pinnacle of her career and cemented her place among Hollywood's most extraordinary talents. MacLaine has established a reputation as a versatile actress throughout her distinguished career, playing various parts in television and movies. She is still a busy and well-liked personality in the entertainment sector, even at this senior stage of her career. As long as MacLaine is engaged, her wealth keeps increasing. Men of Granite and People Not Places are her fascinating new ventures. She will continue to enthrall audiences and leave a lasting impression for years, thanks to her continuing presence in Hollywood. Warren Beatty, 87 years old. A legend in both acting and filmmaking, Warren Beatty is renowned for his outstanding work, leading to several nominations for awards. He is the only person nominated for writing, directing, producing, and acting in a motion picture, together with the great Orson Welles. Reds, 1981, and Heaven Can Wait, 1978, 2 critically acclaimed pictures, cemented Beatty's status as a multi-talented artist, achieved this accomplishment. Beatty received the esteemed Golden Globe Cecil B. DeMille Award in 2007 for his exceptional contributions to the entertainment sector. Beatty has a unique position in Hollywood history, even if he may not be as active as he once was. Since he hasn't made formal retirement announcements, supporters wonder whether he plans further ventures. According to his IMDb website, Beatty will feature in a new documentary on the life of playwright and screenwriter Bud Schulberg. Beatty's illustrious career will add another noteworthy chapter to this future endeavor, guaranteeing his continuing prominence in the business. Jack Nicholson, 87 years old. With a career spanning more than 60 years, Jack Nicholson is considered by many to be one of Hollywood's most gifted and adaptable performers. Nicholson is an authentic icon in the business because of his ability to enthrall viewers with his unforgettable appearances in humorous and evil roles. Nicholson has said that he does not yet consider himself retired, even though he has not starred in a significant film since How Do You Know, 2010. He received several honors, including several Academy Awards, for his memorable roles in movies, including One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, 1975, As Good as It Gets, 1997, and Terms of Endearment, 1983. Nicholson's status as one of the best performers of his time has been solidified by his ability to switch between various characters, from the gloomy and evil to the endearing and romantic. He is still a beloved character in Hollywood, even if his time in front of the camera may have diminished. Reflecting on his renowned role as the Joker in Batman, 1989, Nicholson made a noteworthy cameo in the documentary Joker Put on a Happy Face in 2020. Even though Nicholson hasn't taken on any new acting jobs, his impact on the business is still felt today. Richard Dean Anderson, 75 years old. Being a popular young adult star on the long-running soap series General Hospital in the late 1970s marked the beginning of Richard Dean Anderson's ascent to stardom. He soon gained a devoted following in America because of his unquestionable charisma and excellent looks, which won many hearts, particularly those of women. Because of his notoriety, he was cast as the title character in the action-packed TV series MacGyver from the 1980s. Anderson became even more famous due to the show's enormous popularity, which included 2 theatrical pictures in addition to its 7 seasons, an unusual accomplishment for a television series. After MacGyver, Anderson's career continued to grow. In the 1990s, he portrayed Jack O'Neill in the cult classic sci-fi series Stargate SG-1. Anderson's position in television history was cemented by the series, which aired until 2007 and spawned many spin-offs. Since Stargate finished in 2010, Anderson's acting career has stalled, but he still sometimes takes on smaller jobs. His net fortune of $30 million keeps him nicely set for life. Anderson's influence on action and sci-fi television endures despite his semi-retirement. Nicholas Hammond, 74 years old. Nicholas Hammond's most well-known role is that of Friedrich von Trapp from The Sound of Music, 1965, in which he co-starred with Julie Andrews, whose performance became a landmark in film history. Fewer people know, however, that Hammond is the first to play Spider-Man. That's correct. He portrayed the adored web-slinger in the original live-action Spider-Man series, which ran on CBS from 1977 to 1979. Long before the character became a worldwide sensation in contemporary movies, his depiction of Peter Parker brought the character to life on television. Even though he kept getting small parts in hit series like Dallas and The Love Boat, Hammond's fame waned slightly in the 1980s. Although Hammond's career declined over the years, he was never entirely out of the public eye. Hammond seems to be set for a return at the age of 71. His most recent endeavor was an ensemble cast appearance in Quentin Tarantino's 2019 film Once Upon a Time in Hollywood. After all these years, Hammond still has a home in Hollywood, as seen by this exhilarating comeback to the business. Paul Michael Glaser, 81 years old. Actor Paul Michael Glaser had no clue how popular Starsky and Hutch would become when he joined the ensemble as the legendary Dave Starsky. Glaser became well known across the United States due to Starsky and Hutch's meteoric popularity by the first season's conclusion. Glaser's depiction of the tough but sympathetic police officer won him millions. It cemented his position in television history as the program swiftly became one of the greatest blockbusters of the 1970s. Glaser changed his professional trajectory after the program concluded, moving behind the camera rather than in the limelight. Glaser could continue to act, but he focused on becoming a great filmmaker. Over the years, he oversaw and directed episodes for several popular television programs, such as Criminal Minds, Miami Vice, Judging Amy, and Las Vegas. As a result of his behind-the-scenes efforts, he gained respect and notoriety in Hollywood for his ability to craft gripping narratives. Glaser is still a significant player in the entertainment world at 81. His efforts in acting and directing have left a lasting impact. Robert Redford, 88 years old. Actor-turned-director Robert Redford is still one of Hollywood's most well-known and significant figures at 88. With roles in classic movies like Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, 1969, and The Sting, 1973, Redford first shot to stardom as an actor in the 1960s and 1970s. These parts solidified his reputation as one of his generation's most adored performers, garnering him critical and devoted admirers. Even though Redford had a very successful acting career, he would eventually achieve even more success in the film industry. Over his long career as a producer and director, Redford has been nominated for 2 Academy Awards for Best Director, Quiz Show, 1994, and Ordinary People, 1980, which he won. His influence on the film business as a producer and director has much outstripped his performing career. Through his Sundance Institute and Film Festival, He has played a significant role in fostering up-and-coming filmmakers and influencing independent film. Redford is well off and can retire whenever possible thanks to his $170 million net worth. However, he has no plans to slow down anytime soon, as seen by his continued activity in the business and his unwavering enthusiasm for filmmaking. Barry Manilow, 81 years old. Even though it may seem unbelievable, musical sensation Barry Manilow will soon have produced hits for 50 years. Yes, exactly. Manilow began his fantastic career in 1973 with the release of his debut self-titled album. However, his first huge success, Mandy, which would define his career and become one of the most recognizable ballads of the time, came from his second album in 1974. With a series of successes, including Copacabana, I Write the Songs, and Can't Smile Without You, Manilow has had decades of success since then, solidifying his status as one of the most outstanding pop performers of all time. Manilow doesn't seem to be slowing down, even as he approaches 81. The singer will continue to play for devoted fans all around the globe when he embarks on a 2021 tour. He still appears almost the same as he did at the start of his career, leading to many fan speculations about how he remains so young, ranging from cosmetic surgery to a rigorous exercise routine. Manilow himself, meanwhile, has not revealed the key to his longevity. What am I able to tell you? In a recent interview, he said, "I look decent, I have my hair, and the audience is still with me. I don't have a potbelly. I enjoy what I do." Angie Dickinson, 93 years old. Angie Dickinson's breakout performance in Gun the Man Down, 1956, which helped cement her position in Hollywood, came after she had spent many years primarily starring in anthology programs. Her career continued to soar as she gained popularity with notable appearances in Rio Bravo, 1959, and Ocean's 11, 1960, highlighting her flexibility and on-screen persona. However, Dickinson became well known in the 1970s due to her groundbreaking portrayal of Officer Billy Joe in Policewoman, 1974 to 1978. She won the Golden Globe for Best Actress in a television series, drama, and received critical praise for depicting the brutal and competent female police officer. Dickinson established a long reputation in Hollywood over her career because of her attractiveness, witty repartee, and fascinating performances in both cinema and television. Dickinson is still recognizable, even if she hasn't added any new roles to her CV since 2009. Her latest project is King of Cool. A new documentary honors her late co-star, Frank Sinatra. Both fans and colleagues feel Dickinson's influence on the entertainment business, despite the slowdown in her acting career. Katherine Ross, 85 years old. After only 1 year of attending Santa Rosa Junior College, Katherine Ross made the audacious decision to drop school and focus on her acting career. Ross established herself in theater before moving into movies in the middle of the 1960s. Her remarkable roles in classic films like The Graduate, 1967, and Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, 1969, helped her career take off and make her a revered figure. She gained worldwide fame and critical praise for these performances, cementing her as a leading woman of the day. Ross had transitioned into a semi-retired existence by the 1990s, although sometimes she took on acting roles. In recent years, her most recent role in the business was in the 2019 movie Attachments. Despite the lapse in new projects, Ross is still a beloved figure in Hollywood, mainly because of her roles in two of the most famous movies of the 1960s and her depiction of strong, endearing characters. Although Ross doesn't currently have any upcoming movies or television series planned, her legacy lives on in the hearts of those who remember her incredible performances. Victoria Principal, 75 years old. In the 1980s, Victoria Principal became well known in Hollywood for portraying Pamela Barnes Ewing in the popular television series Dallas. She became one of the most adored TV stars of the time because of her enduring performance, which won her a devoted following. While the Principal had several opportunities due to Dallas's success, she quit the show in 1987 when it was at its peak to pursue other endeavors. Then Principal turned her attention to behind-the-scenes duties after leaving Dallas. She established a production firm to get more control over her artistic pursuits. She also started the wildly popular skincare brand Principal Secret, which quickly rose to fame. Principal eventually quit performing during the 2000s to focus on her thriving business career. In 2019, a significant turning point in her business path occurred when she sold Principal Secret to Guthi Rinker. Victoria Principal works on charitable projects nowadays, particularly emphasizing her Victoria Principal Foundation for Thoughtful Existence. She hopes to have a lasting influence outside her entertainment profession by supporting groups that share her beliefs via this effort. Ann-Margret, 83 years old. Ann-Margret's Hollywood career started in the 1960s, and she soon rose to prominence as one of the most well-known celebrities of her era. Because of her fantastic appearance and fascinating personality, Ann-Margret is sometimes compared to Elvis Presley, the king of rock and roll. She left a lasting impression on the music and film industries. Her appearances in Carnal Knowledge, 1971, and Tommy, 1975, demonstrated her extraordinary acting skills and cemented her status as a serious actor. She gained recognition for her dramatic performances and flexibility. Ann-Margret's love for acting was evident throughout her career, and she continuously gave powerful performances, winning several awards and establishing a solid reputation in Hollywood. Her continued popularity is shown by the fact that her future part in Never Too Late is listed on her IMDb website. Ann-Margret was a successful vocalist, and her acting career was also successful. She made 14 studio albums and became well-known and wealthy due to her music career. Her seductive voice and presence on stage left a lasting impact. Ann-Margret continues to work in acting and singing today as one of Hollywood's most lasting talents. Anson Williams, 75 years old. In the middle of the 1970s, Anson Williams' iconic performance as Potsy Weber on the hit TV show Happy Days made him a household name. He quickly became a fan favorite due to his portrayal of the endearing, somewhat silly character, and the program became one of the most recognizable comedies of its time. Williams' career took a different turn in the 1990s when he switched to a job behind the scenes, despite his notable success in front of the camera. Williams turned his attention to directing and demonstrated his abilities by directing several popular television programs such as Beverly Hills 90210, Lizzie McGuire, and Sabrina the Teenage Witch. He received recognition for his work on these shows, and his ability to operate behind the camera was just as successful as his acting career. Even though Williams hasn't starred in many current TV episodes or movies, he is still well known for his cameo appearances on other shows. His work has had a long-lasting influence on television. Williams' most recent appearance will be the documentary More Than Miyagi, the Pat Morita story, which will focus on the life of his late friend and co-star from Happy Days, Pat Morita. Joe Pesci, 81 years old. Actor Joe Pesci is known for being one of Hollywood's most unique and gifted actors. He often collaborates with renowned filmmaker Martin Scorsese and star Robert De Niro. His most well-known performances were in classic movies like Raging Bull, Casino, and Goodfellas, where his unbridled brilliance and unadulterated enthusiasm left a lasting impression on viewers. His reputation in movie history was cemented when he won the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actor for his role in Goodfellas. Pesci retired from acting in the late 1990s, removing himself from the spotlight to concentrate on other areas of his life. He did, however, periodically make a comeback to the cinema for a few films, in keeping with his unexpected personality. His performance in the 2019 Martin Scorsese-directed movie, The Irishman, which brought him back with De Niro and Al Pacino in a star-studded ensemble, was one of his most noteworthy comebacks. Pesci is happy with his calm life at age 81, but his admirers still question if he will play additional parts in the future. Pesci has no concrete intentions to resume acting, but he is content with his well-earned vacation. Lily Tomlin, 85 years old. Known for her varied career in theater, cinema, and television, Lily Tomlin has long been a comedy powerhouse in Hollywood. As an off-Broadway actor and comic, she first attracted much attention in the 1960s, but her career didn't take off until 1969. On the venerable comedy program Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In, Tomlin rose to fame thanks to her endearing personas and witty repartee. Her skill transferred quickly to the big screen, where she garnered praise from critics and a devoted following with her outstanding performances in movies like Nashville, The Late Show, and Flirting with Disaster. but she met a new generation of admirers thanks to her part in the popular Netflix series Grace and Frankie, which she co-stars with Jane Fonda. Since Tomlin has had a successful career and is well known in the entertainment world, it is unsurprising that she has no plans to retire anytime soon. Tomlin doesn't seem to be slowing down, even if Grace and Frankie will end with its forthcoming 7th season. Her continued work demonstrates her continued relevance, and fans are excited to see what this legendary comedian will do next. Max Baer Jr., 87 years old. For his famous portrayal of Jethro Bodine in the beloved television series The Beverly Hillbillies, Max Baer Jr. is well known. He portrayed this character in all 273 series episodes, solidifying his legacy in television history and bringing him much fame and fortune. Despite his playing career's high point being The Beverly Hillbillies, Baer Jr. also found success as a producer and director. The 1976 film Ode to Billy Joe demonstrated his skills behind the camera and was one of his most renowned efforts as a filmmaker. Despite early success after his 1991 guest appearance on Murder, She Wrote, Baer Jr. retreated from the spotlight. He has maintained a comparatively modest profile in Hollywood ever since. Nonetheless, lovers of his work may anticipate his forthcoming participation in the documentary The Harlem Harlequin, Slapsy Maxie Rosenblum. Even though Baer Jr.'s acting and directing responsibilities have decreased in frequency, he is still active in the profession at age 85. Fans and filmmakers alike continue to value his work, and his impact on television is still strong. Lex Luger, 66 years old. One of the most well-known figures in professional wrestling, Lex Luger had a remarkable career that reached its zenith when he was a World Championship Wrestling WCW member. Luger established himself as a formidable opponent, taking home the NWA WCW United States Heavyweight Championship 5 times and the WCW World Heavyweight Championship twice. His achievements solidified his status as a wrestling legend. Even though he won no titles in the WWF, he greatly influenced the wrestling community. Luger has maintained a tight relationship with the wrestling profession after he stopped competing actively. He has been active with WWE since 2012, helping to further the company's health initiative. In this capacity, Luger helps present and future wrestlers maintain their health and fitness in a physically demanding profession by offering insightful advice. Even if Luger is no longer competing, his impact on the wrestling industry endures thanks to his work in the background, which supports future wrestlers. Connie Stevens, 86 years old. Fans of vintage Hollywood may recognize Connie Stevens from her cinematic debut in the late 1950s. She was fired shortly after signing with Paramount, but Warner Brothers soon saw her potential and made her an offer in 1959. Despite receiving a meager $300 per week initially, Stevens' career quickly took off, and her most well-known appearance was in the hit television series Hawaiian Eye. Stevens has never wholly left the business, even if her career slowed down during the 2000s. Instead of retiring, she kept taking on new responsibilities as they came up. She demonstrated that her love for acting was still alive in 2019 when she starred in the film By the Rivers of Babylon. During her career, Stevens established a strong reputation as an actress, singer, and philanthropist. She continues to impact the entertainment industry at 81 by selecting parts that fit her and being active in Hollywood. Faye Dunaway, 84 years old. Hollywood legend Faye Dunaway started her career on Broadway in the 1960s before transferring smoothly to the movie industry. The Happening, her first motion picture, was released in 1967. However, her portrayal as Bonnie Parker in Bonnie and Clyde launched her into the spotlight and cemented her status as one of the most gifted actors of her time. Dunaway's career took off with noteworthy roles in movies like Network, The Thomas Crown Affair, and Chinatown, and she received worldwide praise for each. Even though Dunaway hasn't acted since 2017, she is expected to make a spectacular comeback to the big screen in 2021. Her first big part in a few years will be in the film The American Connection. Dunaway has maintained her legendary stature in the business despite a more subdued phase of her career, and her next job has admirers eager for her comeback. Andrew McCarthy, 62 years. Despite being 62 years old, actor Andrew McCarthy has been maturing like a great wine, remaining popular and respected in Hollywood. McCarthy gained notoriety in the 1980s as a key member of the renowned Brat Pack, a group of up-and-coming celebrities best recognized for their parts in adolescent movies. His outstanding roles in well-known films like Pretty in Pink and St. Elmo's Fire, where his charisma, beautiful looks, and emotional depth made him a heartthrob, helped him become well-known. However, McCarthy's profession changed with time, and he pursued other artistic endeavors. In addition to continuing to perform in movies and television shows, McCarthy had a prosperous career as a director. His most well-known accomplishment was directing 15 episodes of the innovative award-winning television series Orange is the New Black. In 2020, he produced many episodes of the exciting espionage thriller Condor, further showcasing his narrative prowess behind the camera. McCarthy's enduring brilliance and influence in the entertainment business are shown by his ability to go fluidly from a teenage hero to a well-respected filmmaker. Linda Evans, 82 years old. In the 1960s, Linda Evans became well known for her part in The Big Valley. Nevertheless, her performance as Crystal Carrington in the 1980s serial drama Dynasty cemented her reputation as an iconic figure. She became well known after winning the Golden Globe for Best Actress in a television drama series for her role in Dynasty. Evans played the lead in more than 200 episodes of the program, significantly boosting its appeal and enduring cultural influence. She is positioned for a luxurious life since this function is often seen as the apex of her career. Evans persisted in honing her talent in various roles, sometimes appearing in TV shows and films, even after her breakthrough in television. She has just made headlines for her next move, Swan Song, proving that she is still a significant player in Hollywood. She has established a reputation for grace, elegance, and acting prowess throughout her career, which has enabled her to lead a luxurious life for many years. Evans continues to thrill audiences with her presence in entertainment, despite having a television career lasting more than 50 years. Ted Danson, 77 years old. Ted Danson has had tremendous success in both movies and television. His portrayal of Sam Malone on the popular television show Cheers brought him global recognition and won him several Golden Globes and Emmys. With prominent parts in Becker and CSI Crime Scene Investigation, his career flourished. Danson's depiction of Michael in The Good Place, which received high appreciation for his comic timing and range, has captured the attention of fans in more recent times. Danson's pescatarian diet has played a significant role in his longevity in health and profession since he is now 77 years old and in outstanding physical shape. Danson is a seasoned veteran in the entertainment business, but he doesn't seem to be slowing down. He will appear in Mr. Mayor in 2021, a brand new series that will probably further enhance his stellar resume. He is one of the most adored characters in television history because of his ability to remain current and perform at a high level throughout the years. Because they know that Danson's constant greatness will result in a remarkable performance, fans anxiously anticipate his next endeavor. Ian McKellen, 85 years old. The arc of Ian McKellen's career is quite astonishing. Although he first became well known for his strong performances in movies like Gods and Monsters and Richard III, his parts in the Lord of the Rings trilogy and the X-Men series launched him to international renown. He became a household celebrity and one of the most admired performers of his time because of his performance as Gandalf in The Lord of the Rings. However, McKellen's work goes well beyond these popular franchises. He was already a well-known and successful theatrical actor with a long career on stage, especially with the Royal Shakespeare Company when he made his name in Hollywood. Despite his enormous fortune, which he has amassed over decades of lucrative acting, McKellen has no intention of leaving the business. He continues actively engaging in productions because of his love for performing. His continued dedication to his art is seen by his future appearances in Infinitum, Subject Unknown, and Hamlet, Revenant. As he approaches his later years, McKellen continues to be regarded as one of the most illustrious actors and directors, motivating the next generations with his efforts and commitment. Willie Nelson, 91 years old. With a career spanning decades, Willie Nelson is a legendary figure in the music business. He became a legend in country music in the 1970s when he released albums like Red-Headed Stranger and Shotgun Willie. Nelson's position in popular culture has been further cemented by his appearances in TV series and movies, and his musical accomplishments. Nelson, who is 91 years old, still sports bandanas, hats, and long hair, all hallmarks of the country rocker aesthetic. Despite his advanced age, he continues to perform and provide his fans with fresh material. First Rose of Spring was released in 2020 after his 2019 album, Ride Me Back Home. Both CDs demonstrate his tenacity and unwavering love of music. Nelson isn't slowing down anytime soon, as seen by the length of his musical career and his public appearances. Randy Travis, 65 years old. In the late 1970s, Randy Travis started pursuing a career as a gospel and country singer, first playing in modest settings and perfecting his technique. His first album, Storms of Life, was a massive smash in the mid-1980s, peaked at the top of the country charts, and cemented his legacy in the history of country music. Thanks to this record, he became well known as a major player in the neo-traditional country movement, which aimed to return country music to its origins. Several subsequent albums achieved platinum and multi-platinum certifications, further solidifying his popularity. With successes like Forever and Ever Amen becoming associated with his name, Travis was one of the greatest artists in the genre by the early 1990s. However, Travis had a significant setback in 2013 when he developed viral cardiomyopathy, a dangerous illness that caused him to lose his ability to sing and talk. He made a spectacular comeback after a protracted recuperation, declaring in 2019 that he would return on tour. His 2020 CD, Precious Memories, Worship and Faith, showcased his continued love of music, and his recuperation has motivated both admirers and other musicians. Marla Gibbs, 93 years old. Because of her work on The Jeffersons, Marla Gibbs rose to fame as a television actor in the middle of the 1970s. She received praise from critics and 5 Primetime Emmy Award nominations for depicting the legendary Florence Johnston. Gibbs's charm and comic timing were key factors in the show's popularity, which was a huge smash. She then starred in 227, a series that grew popular with fans, and she also became a producer around this period. Gibbs became well known in Hollywood because of her television acting career. Despite the success of her career, her 18-year marriage to Jordan Gibbs ended, impacting her personal life. Even though the divorce was complex, Marla persevered and kept working in entertainment. She has continued to be busy throughout the years, consistently taking on new responsibilities. She demonstrated her flexibility as an actor by appearing in several TV and movie productions in recent years. Fans who continue to appreciate her skill and career in the business are looking forward to her next film appearance in Head Shop. Claudia Cardinale, 86 years old. Beautiful Italian actress Claudia Cardinale was a major European film star in the 1970s and 1980s. Her breakout performances were in Rocco and His Brothers and Girl with a Suitcase. After appearing in Once Upon a Time in the West and The Pink Panther, she rose to fame in the U.S. Cardinale makes the most of her position by endorsing many women's rights initiatives. She has at least 20 years of experience as a UNESCO Goodwill Ambassador. She is supposedly featured in an upcoming film called The Island of Forgiveness, and her paychecks haven't stopped rolling in. Kim Novak, 91 years old. In the 1950s, Kim Novak was landing gigs all over Hollywood. Her most well-known parts were in films such as The Man with the Golden Arm and Vertigo. When she was younger, she had a stunning, natural appearance, but as she grew older, her appearance altered. According to reports, it's due to the unsuccessful cosmetic surgeries she had. Since her 1991 role in Liebesstrom, Novak has not performed. According to accounts, she is now a painter and visual artist. She made an appearance on CBS News Sunday morning in 2020. Pauley Perrette, 55 years old. Because Pauley Perrette featured in the television series NCIS for almost 15 years, people could see how slowly she aged. In an interview, she said that she left the program due to a dog-biting incident that occurred on set and allegations of physical violence. She was eventually cast in The Brooks Show, so she wasn't wholly unemployed when she left. Perrette officially retired from acting in 2020 when the show was canceled after only one season. Given that she is just 55, she could explore a different line of work. Debbie Harry, 79 years old. The band Blondie's gifted frontman was Debbie Harry. Rapture and The Tide Are High were two of their greatest successes when they first gained popularity in the late 1970s. She began concentrating on her solo career during the 1980s and even had the opportunity to try her hand at acting. Since she worked as a secretary and waitress, Harry is used to taking on several tasks. Even at 79, she still looks fantastic with her glitzy makeup and fashionable attire. According to sources, she will be included in the forthcoming documentary, The Viking of 6th Avenue. Robert Fuller, 91 years old. When Robert Fuller began acting professionally in the 1950s, he only got little parts, but his talent and dedication soon caught the attention of producers. His first significant film role came in Teenage Thunder, which began his rise to fame. In the 1960s, Fuller became a household name as a TV actor, particularly for his roles in Western series such as Laramie and Wagon Train. His rugged good looks and charismatic presence made him a beloved star among genre fans. By the late 1990s, Fuller had found new success with a role in Walker, Texas Ranger, where he portrayed the character of the kind-hearted yet tough paramedic. His last performance in the series was in 2001, after which Fuller decided to step away from the Hollywood spotlight. In the mid-2000s, he made a significant life change and relocated to a ranch in North Texas. There he found peace and fulfillment in his new role as a horse rancher, spending most of his time caring for his animals. While his Hollywood career has slowed, Fuller's love for the simple life and his passion for horses has kept him active and content. Sam Elliott, 80 years old. Actor Sam Elliott began his career in the 1960s, gaining minor roles in westerns such as Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid, for those who are unaware. But it wasn't until he featured in Lifeguard in the late 1970s that Elliott made his breakthrough. The actor's rich voice, southern drawl, and thick mustache made the audience fall in love. He starred in some of the biggest films ever after Lifeguard, such as Tombstone, Roadhouse, and The Big Lebowski. Elliott, who most recently starred in the adaptation of Lady and the Tramp, may have just turned 80, but he has no intention of slowing down anytime soon. But the actor may retire whenever he wants, since he has a net worth of $10 million. Robert De Niro, 81 years old. Actor Robert De Niro has been a household name for over 40 years, which is hard to fathom. Yes, exactly. Naturally, big successes like Godfather Part 2 and Taxi Driver helped him make his movie debut in the 1970s. He made $300 million over 4 decades in show business with well-known movies, including Meet the Parents. De Niro may be 81 years old, but he still works hard. In addition to continuing to act, such as in The Irishman on Netflix, he is the co-founder of Nobu Hospitality, LLC, which operates 8 exclusive hotels and 36 restaurants throughout the globe. By 2023, Nobu Hospitality, LLC is predicted to generate $1 billion in income, so that De Niro may be preparing for retirement. Jennifer Grey, 64 years old. With her breakthrough performance as Frances Baby Houseman in the 1980s cult classic film Dirty Dancing, Jennifer Grey won over many young men. Before that, she was well known for her role as Ferris Bueller's sister, Jeannie Shanna Bueller, in Ferris Bueller's Day Off. Grey reunited with her Dirty Dancing co-star Patrick Swayze in the 1984 film Red Dawn. Other noteworthy credits include the children's show Phineas and Ferb and the 2018 film Duck, Duck, Goose. In 2020, she appeared on the TV show The Conners and several 2022 episodes of Dollface.
If you've watched the video till here, that means you've enjoyed the video. Subscribe. Don't forget to turn on the notifications bell icon